Texas, Alex Jones.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are live. Thank you so much for joining us. It is Monday, the 7th day of November, 2011. And we're going to be here for the next 3 hours. Dan Cofall, who is a popular host up in Dallas and has a great financial analysis, will be joining us coming up at the bottom of the next hour. We will have open phones throughout the full 3 hours as well. He's a talk show host up on 1190 AM in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. So he'll be joining us coming up right at the waypoint or middle point of the broadcast today. And we're going to have open phones, as I said, on any news item, any issue. Normally, I say I'm going to go to the news first before I give out the number. But I just want to hear what you think is most important happening in the world today. Is the Herman Cain thing a distraction? Yes, I think it is overall. From looming war with Iran, global financial meltdown by design, government just raising fines and fees at every level. I think it's a distraction. I mean, look, I'm more than happy to see Herman Cain in political trouble because he's the former head of the Federal Reserve in Kansas City and a globalist who wants to bring in new taxes. And somebody who's been caught lying about Ron Paul saying, I never said you people that want to audit the Fed or Ron Paul supporters are stupid. And I don't appreciate you making that up, Ron Paul. Not everything you see on the internet is true, and everybody laughs when we played the clips of him saying it, and it's in his book. So I don't like Herman Cain. Let's get that straight. I mean, as a person, he's funny, he's likable. But they say Ted Bundy was likable. He knew how to trick girls to get in his yellow Volkswagen. They say Hitler was likable. Obama is likable. They say George W. Bush in person was likable. Bill Clinton is likable. Richard Nixon was likable. They say Mao Zedong was likable. They say Jack the Ripper was probably likable if it was the prince, like a lot of them thought. The point is, that doesn't matter. It's not about a beauty contest or a likability contest. It's about what do you actually stand for? And the person is Ron Paul. By the way, Ron Paul has a shock win in Illinois straw poll, but Mitt Romney is just behind, the Daily Mail reports. Here's another one. Ron Paul wins Illinois straw poll. Wow, why is that a shock? I mean, he's won almost all of them. But when he does get second place, they'll mention first and third and fourth and fifth on Fox, CNN, they all do it. Or when he wins first most of the time on TV, they just cover 2, 3, and 4. And it's the entire establishment. It's mainline Republicans on talk radio. You've heard them. It's mainline Democrats. They're scared of Ron Paul. Why? Because he doesn't like the status quo. So we'll be talking more about that coming up today. Obviously, the top news is the economy and the Iran situation. Of course, we have the headline this morning up at Infowars.com. It's all over the news that Israel is now saying, Haaretz is now reporting, and others are, that the Israeli members of the cabinet who were against the Iran strike are now saying that they're for it, and that Benjamin Netanyahu has now more of the Knesset lining up behind this preemptive strike on Iran ahead of all of this, of the strike. We're seeing reports now coming out. I'm going to go over some of those, that, of course, the new UN IAEA report is going to come out and claim that they can have a nuclear weapon within weeks, or the fissile material for some type of atomic weapon, at least, in weeks. And so that is the pretext to now strike Iran. I mean, is the argument we should hit North Korea because they got nukes? Or how about Pakistan, our gallant ally, we're told? Or how about Russia? We had a 50-year Cold War with them, and they had 10,000, 20,000, by the peak 30,000. Same thing with the United States, even more than 30,000 nuclear warheads. Does that mean we should have just all blown each other into oblivion? And I also saw an ABC News report, people are protesting a barbecue joint that had a photo that said, let's play cowboys and Iranians. And continuing along that line with the cowboys and Iranians statement, it shows a bunch of people in cowboy outfits around a person in a turban or Middle Eastern headdress who has been hung, been lynched. And it looks like a famous lynching photo I've seen. I haven't had time to track it down, or it's a black person, but they've put a Iranian up there. And see, this is very offensive for a lot of reasons. Number one, most of the good old boys, who aren't bad people at the end of the day, really think Iran ran 9/11. They think Iraq ran 9/11. You could say that your grandma did it. You could say a Baptist preacher did 9/11, and they'd be for lynching them. It's very tribal. It's very primitive. The outside enemy that struck us. And the globalists can put that label on anybody. But most of the different sociological analyses that have been done, and a lot of the major polls, you can just search, vast majority of Iranians support the West. Vast majority of Iranians, Persians, do not like the mullahs. It's around 70%. So we're talking about saying, let's kill all the Iranians when 70% of them like America. It was a pro-Western country run by Mohammad Mossadegh, who was pretty much a secular poet and was also anti-Soviet. But that wasn't enough in '53. The United States, along with MI6, led by Kermit Roosevelt of the CIA, this has all been declassified in the late 90s, staged terror attacks against mosques and said that Mohammad Mossadegh had done it. Then they allowed the Muslim extremists, as they would be called, to overthrow him, and then they double-crossed those guys and put in the Shah, who tortured conservatively and imprisoned. Around 1 million people disappeared. And you got to understand, Iran's population back then was about 5 or 6 million. And so over the 30 plus 40, I don't know, from 53 to 79, over that period of time, around 1 million people disappeared. Imagine, pro-America, a place where they invented mathematics and so many other things, and the average good old boy was, kill them Arabs. They're not even Arabs. See, I mean, it's this level of ignorance, and it makes me want to throw up. It makes me want to throw up just these good old boys. Most of them haven't even been over there. And we're talking about kids getting their faces blown off. We're talking about Israel striking dozens of targets, dozens of times apiece. And the U.S. plan to back it up, because there'll be some response by Iran, is to bomb the entire infrastructure, water treatment, power plants, bridges, to, quote, destroy the warfighting capability. It's going to kill tens of thousands of people. Iran didn't run its actuaries properly with population growth. They went from 5, 6, 7 million people 50 years ago to now. I was going off Iraqi numbers. What was I thinking? See, sometimes I'm a little flustered today. Off a long weekend, because it was not really a resting weekend. It was fun, but a lot of stuff going on. Iraq went from 4, 5, 6 million in the 50s to 25 million. Iran went from around 20 million to about 77 million right now. So there you go. The point is, their government really didn't do the proper actuaries, and their population exploded, and they never built up enough of an industrial base to even be able to supply their own gasoline for about half their people. They have to import about half their gasoline. They don't have any offensive war-making capabilities. They're pro-Western under Mossadegh. Then they put the Shah in, who industrialized the country to a certain extent. And then this is mainline history. You can go search it. The West actually helped then double-cross the Shah and put the radical mullahs in. Didn't mean that they controlled them, but they helped get them into the country. And then they had the deal against Jimmy Carter, to where Jimmy Carter wouldn't get the hostages back. He would be double-crossed, and they would wait until the next administration came in. That was all part of Iran-Contra, selling cocaine in the United States, and then shipping weapon systems and money into Latin America, which then turned around and was sent to Iran, and then Iran turned around and released the hostages, and it just goes on. And it's all part of the ongoing double-crossing that goes on at these higher levels of government. So here are some of those reports. IAEA report on Iran set to raise Middle East tensions, and they're saying that they're going to come out and say that they could have atomic weapons of the material to build them in a matter of weeks. That's out of Reuters. There's another one, Washington Post. IAEA says foreign expertise has brought Iran to the threshold of nuclear capability. Iran will be able to build a nuclear bomb within months, IAEA says. Again, that's Haaretz. Russia issues stark warning against Iran attack. That's on MSNBC. Official reality is a prison, mind control in the West, Israel and Iran. Got an article up at Infowars.com breaking that down. Also, the Chinese official news is reporting Iran says IAEA's documents on its missile program are fake. And Iran's Ahmadinejad defiant as U.S. raises heat. That is just some of what is coming up on that front. And then we've got the huge economic news here. Italy, too big to fail, too big to save. We're going to be going over that report. Also, speculation over Berlusconi, Royals Global Markets. The markets are all in turmoil. We're going to be going over what's happening on that front as global government gyrates out of control. And we'll get into some of the new Big Brother activities.
Whatever winter activity you enjoy, from snowmobiling, snowshoeing, skiing, or camping, there's inherent danger that you may find yourself having to stay warm. Be ready with InstaFire, a revolutionary, safe, simple, and versatile fire starter. InstaFire is a patented blend of volcanic rock, wood pellets, and paraffin wax that gets a fire blazing in just minutes. InstaFire is self-sustaining fire that starts right on top of snow or water and even burns wet wood. Sound incredible? It is. Check it out at instafire.com. A must for any outdoor winter activity. InstaFire easily lights with matches or flintlock lighters, is environmentally friendly, stores easy, is lightweight, comes in a variety of sizes, and starts at $1.25 for a single pack or only $59.95 for a 5-gallon pail with free shipping. Go to instafire.com, spelled INSTA fire.com, or call 888-482-4868. That's 888-482-4868. Safe, simple, versatile. InstaFire.
HempUSA.org brings you pure camu-berry powder. This revolutionary powder contains 50 times the vitamin C of an orange, mixes with any juice or liquid, has 227 servings per container, and is made from naturally grown camu berries, not chemically produced in a laboratory. Order camu-berry powder today. Call 908-691-2608 or visit HempUSA.org and see what our powder, seeds, and oil can do for you.
Hi, this is Ted Anderson. Have you ever wondered why banks, stockbrokers, investment advisors won't talk about gold IRAs? They've been available since 1986, yet the financial industry won't recognize the value of gold for your retirement. Gold has outperformed paper investments, yet no word about IRAs. If you would like to have gold for your retirement, call 800-686-2237. Don't get left behind by rising inflation and low returns. Call 800-686-2237. Secure your future and call 1-800-686-2237.
Hi, this is Alex Jones. This holiday season, more than half of our nation is in need of help due to the shattered economy. So now is the time to express the holiday spirit more than ever. Consider helping those you love with the most important gift, a supply of delicious, easy-to-fix, and very storable foods from eFoodsDirect.com. Their holiday gift and family packs start at $99.